Hello and welcome to our restorative yoga practice. What you'll need for this practice is some support for your body. So whether you have blocks and bolsters at home or you can grab a stack of blankets and pillows, you just need some things to prop your body up in our postures. I also recommend that you make sure that you are warm and comfortable. So comfortable clothing, nice warm space, because this is a very still practice. Your body temperature is going to cool. Okay, so just make sure that you are warm, and also try to find some time and space where you won't be interrupted. Okay, this is a soothing practice, so you really want to be able to let go and let your nervous system calm down. Okay, so once you've gathered up your things and you're ready, the way we're going to structure this is with restorative poses, we tend to hold them for longer periods of time, but I also recognize that sometimes you don't have 90 minutes for your yoga practice. So I'm going to talk you in how to safely get into the posture and also explain how to safely come out. And then I'm going to give you some guidance into how long you could hold there, whether you have 5 minutes or 15 minutes, depending on your schedule. Okay, and then I'll invite you to perhaps set a timer for yourself, your phone or a kitchen timer for the length of time that you choose. And then once that time is complete, you can restart the video and we'll go on to the next posture. So our first posture is going to be a reclined, easy pose, nice supported posture. So I'm using a foam roller and a bolster just because that's what I have in my house, but you could use blankets stacked up with some firm pillows leaning against them. You just want to create a nice incline here. Okay, and you're going to sit with your lower back touching that support, your knees bent, and then really carefully I want you to lie back, resting into that support. You can allow your arms to open, some lovely posture for opening up the front body, which is great because we're going to start focusing on deepening our breath. So your legs can stay bent. Okay, you could also stretch your legs out long. If it feels okay for your knees and your hips, you're welcome to take soles of the feet together for a butterfly, but make sure that you give your knees support. Okay, unless they're completely resting into the floor, take support under the knees for the knees to lean into. Take your time getting comfortable, making any adjustments your body needs. And you're going to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Now to come out of this pose, once you've held it, you're just going to bend your knees, bringing them back together, feet flat to the floor, and you can really carefully roll onto one side and press to sitting or press straight forward if that seems more simple for your body. And while you hold this pose, eyes closed, we start to focus on our breath, breathing softly in and out of the nose. Really beginning to embrace the support beneath us. Okay, and you can hold this posture for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much time you have, or less if you need. So I invite you to pause this video and set your timer, get settled in, and focus on a beautiful deep breath into all of the space in front of your body. I hope you enjoyed our opening pose. We're now going to move from opening the front of the body to begin to open the sides of the body. So you can move blocks or your other support up to the side. Grabbing a bolster or stacked up firm blankets or pillows, laying those across your mat, and then sitting. You can start on your right hip. So your right hip is closest to your props. Knees are bent. Okay, knees and feet can start together. And then really carefully, you're going to take the back of your right palm to the floor, sliding down to rest on your support. And you want the support to line up right under your ribs. So top of the support should just be right below your armpit. Okay, and you can rest your ear on your upper arm. You may also find you want to add a block. Grab a block to show you. Add some extra support between your ear and your shoulder. That's nicer for your neck. And just see how you feel here with the knees bent. And if that feels safe, then you're welcome to carefully extend your legs so your hips, your knees, and your feet are stacked. And all we're doing here is very, very gently, remembering this is a subtle practice, very gently lengthening the side muscles, opening up side ribs.
If your body is extremely at ease here, then the last thing you could add in is to reach your top arm up and over, either stacking the palms or maybe at some point really gently looping the bottom hand around top wrist and very carefully drawing a little more length into that side of the body. Okay. Focusing the breath when you're holding this into the left side of the rib cage, the left side of the body, growing nice and long. And then when you are ready to come out, you're going to draw your top arm down, press it into the bolster, into the floor. You can carefully bend your knees. Okay. And then press back up to sitting. This is a really lovely posture. The series that I'm going to teach you is one of my favorites, just for opening up all the muscles that surround the rib cage to help us deepen our breath. So once you get into the pose, you can pause this video and you can hold this from 5 to 15 minutes if you have the time. Really linger there and focus on opening up that left side of the rib cage. We're going to move from our supported side bend into another front body opening posture. This is called supported thoracic fish. Focuses on your thoracic spine, okay, that your ribs come out of. And it can create quite a deep bend in your lower back, so I want you to be extremely cautious of that and don't push your body into anything that doesn't feel good. So again, you're going to use the same support that you had, and in fact, once you become familiar with this series of poses, you don't need to sit up every time. You can in fact roll from your side onto your back, onto your other side, so you'll see how that works later. But to come into the posture now, I want you to make sure that you have your support and then something a little extra as a pillow for your head in case you need it. And you're going to have your knees bent. Okay, bolster might be touching the body or might just be close to the body, your support. And you're going to really carefully lie back. Again, so that the bolster, top of the bolster is sort of right at the base of the armpits. And let yourself rest back. So head can rest to the mat or floor, but you could also add a block under your head so that your throat, lower jaw, neck are super at ease. Okay, arms can rest out. They can rest up overhead. You can even draw your arms down if that feels better for your shoulders. Okay, knees can remain bent or legs can grow long. It's totally up to you. So you'll see that this really encourages the front of the body to open. It's almost pressing the rib cage from behind right up towards the sky. And I want you to focus on breathing into the belly. It's lengthening your abdominal muscles, so breathe into your abdomen, your ribs, and your chest. Let everything open up. Okay. And then when you're ready to come out, you carefully bend your knees. And you have two options. You can roll onto one side and press up from there. If it seems easier for you, you can press your elbows into your bolster, engage your core. Maybe give the back of your head a little support with a palm and really carefully curl up. Okay. So, setting your timer, pausing this video, you can hold this from 5 to 15 minutes. Focus on breathing into the front of the body, expanding and relaxing. Okay, so next we're going to move into our supported side bend on the other side. So just like last time, we're going to sit on the left hip this time. Knees are bent. Move that out of the way. You're going to take palm facing the sky, left arm sliding down, carefully coming to rest onto your bolster. Top of the support is just below the armpit. Okay, so your support is right under your rib cage. You can add a block between your ear and your shoulder or a pillow for extra support. Extending the legs if that feels safe for your body. And perhaps also extending your top arm. Maybe looping bottom hand around top wrist. And then to come out, top arm lowers, knees bend, and we press back upright. Okay. So just like last time, you can enjoy this for 5 to 15 minutes. Pause the video, set your timer, and focus on breathing into the right side of the body, growing really long. Okay, last posture in our thoracic spine series. We're going to do a supported sphinx pose. Okay, so to get into the posture, using your support, let's start on hands and knees, if that seems easiest. You're going to rest your forearms on the other side of the bolster and lie your belly down. Okay. We're going to start at the navel and let the legs extend back behind us. Tops of the feet flat to the floor. And just see how this feels for your lower back. The closer your support is to your navel, the less the arch in your lower spine. So if you're still feeling too much compression, then you can move your bolster closer towards your feet. If your back is feeling really safe and comfortable, you can slide back a little so bolster is under ribs or more under the chest. Okay. And from here, oops, forgot to bring a block with me, so don't forget to bring your block with you. From here, we want to let the head rest forward. So some of you may find your forehead reaches the mat, but if that feels like too much for the neck, take some support under the forehead. Arms can be forward, they can be out to the sides, or hands drawn back alongside the body. And this posture opens up the back of the body, so I want you to focus on breathing into your back muscles. And when you're ready to come out of the pose, you press your hands into the bolster, into the floor, engage your core, and really carefully come back up to your hands and your knees. And then stretch straight back into child's pose. And you're going to hold your child's pose for a minute or two as a counter pose to that little back bend. Okay, so you can pause the video. You can hold this pose from 5 to 10 minutes. Just be really conscious of your lower back. There shouldn't be any twinging or discomfort there. So just make sure that the height you have under your body feels safe and comfortable for you. Okay, I hope you lingered in your child's pose. If not, take another minute to go back into that posture and rest your body. Now that we've gone through the thoracic series, I'm just going to show you one time how you can transition through this a little bit more smoothly now that you're familiar with the poses. So if you want to practice this class again, rather than sitting up and lying down and sitting up and lying down, you can just sort of roll through it. Okay. So starting on the right hip, we stretch out into our supported side bend. And then you can transition from there, lowering top arm, moving the block for a moment, bending knees. You can really carefully roll onto your back. Take a block under the head, realign the arms, and breathe. Legs can extend if you wish. And from there, we're just going to roll to the left. Knees bend, roll onto left side body. Okay, adjust the support if you need to, extending legs and arm, and then finishing with supported sphinx. Just roll onto your belly, support your forehead, and breathe. Finally, pressing back into child's pose. Okay. So all of that can take you, an hour if you held each one for 15 minutes. Okay, nice and slow and really savoring it, but I just want to show you, you don't have to sit up and get down every time. You can roll through it too if that feels better for you the next time you practice. So I'd really love for you now to lie back for a shavasana. We do have a guided shavasana on this channel, so if you can find that, the audio, you're welcome to listen to that to help you relax, but you could also embrace some silence or just play some nice soothing music and give yourself at least 5 minutes. If you have 10 to 15 minutes, even better, to lie back and be present with your breath and let your body absorb all of the benefits of the practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.